Now you're just putting her under
What's the
pressure.
truth? If you have to sneeze, sneeze. You can't hold it in. It's dangerous. I heard your blood vessel can burst.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard it's very dangerous. If you have to sneeze, just say, excuse me, go out and let it out. Yes? Like this?
No.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I'm ready. In 2, 3, 1, action.
Action.
All right, Cuppy, congratulations.
Thank you. On what, Anthony?
New single.
Oh, thank you. I'm so excited.
Aggressive promotion. That's what, because when I saw the views online, I said to myself, I don't think you've ever pushed any song like this.
No,
right?
it is my official first single, you know, so it's only right and appropriate that I give it the attention it deserves. I'm so proud of it. I think it's an amazing song. I think it's a great video, and I'm so glad after all my hard work, the world gets to finally see it.
Okay. You know when you sent me that message on WhatsApp and you said, Anthony, this is going to be huge.
Yes.
I was thinking in my mind, you know, this anticipation is quite surprising.
Yes.
I mean, what brought about all that to say, okay, this project, I'm going to give it everything?
I mean, of course, we've spoken so many times in the past, and I've never really said, okay, this is the one.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's the song. You know, I'm a DJ. It's my job to know what good music is, how music works. And, you know, as Tekno will say, the frequency of green light just gives it the right formula. My grandma loves it. My friends love it. My little cousins love it. You know, it's a street song as much as it is a song for my more elite clients. It's just a generational banger. That's how I feel about it. It's a song for all people, and I've always viewed myself as a people person.
Okay. Now, the whole green light thing, which is also Nigerian, that's
Yes,
patriotic.
yes.
Where did that come from?
Well, it's really interesting you say that. So, you know, we wrote the song, Tekno and I, together without knowing what the title would be. Fact, I actually say green light only 2 or 3 times in the whole song.
Okay.
It's not the chorus at all. You know, for me, it really symbolized, Tekno and I spoke for a long time, and we talked about working together. And I always wanted to, you know, do a big song that kind of brought me outside my DJ Cuppy shell.
Yes.
My brand is, I think, a very good brand in the sense, like, it's consistent. You know, I wasn't really crossing any lines. I was doing what I was meant to do. But, you know, I've come to a point where I'm turning 25 years old this year. And I really feel like I have to go for it. It's important for me to take those steps that take my brand to the next level. So the whole time we were recording, and Tekno and I have more than one song together, the whole time we kept on saying, oh my gosh, Tekno would be like, Cuppy, you have to go, you know, like, this is it. This is the song that when you look back at your career, this is one of the songs that really showed the world, okay, this is real, this is what Cuppy is for. I feel like DJing is great, but it constrained me. Now that I can make my own music, I can express myself a bit more rather than just playing other people's music. So the common theme in the studio, the common theme through recording was this goal, this green light, like, now, okay, the world is ready. So, you know, obviously mixed in with, you know, good vibes, we just kept on using the word green light. And green light can mean anything to anyone. You know, some people take the song as green light being, oh, okay, you know, I'm in a club and a guy or a girl is giving me the green light to approach them. Some people take the song as, which is what it is for me, it's sort of just having that moment where, you know, after waiting for a while, you're ready to go. You're ready to go for what you want. And here I am now in Silverbird, ready to go.
All right. Now, is this also going to push you to a position where we're going to see you have to perform this on stage?
Definitely. I mean, I'm in a very, very excitingly nervous position because the song has been out. It's just come out literally in less than a week. And, you know, I haven't performed it yet.
True.
So I'm in a place where me and my dancers and my team were working really hard to see how we're going to give this the justice it deserves. You know, because it's, as a DJ, you know, I'm used to playing songs, but when it's playing my own songs, and of course my voice is on the songs, we have to make sure we get it right. So, you know, I don't know when it's gonna be, but my next show, definitely gonna perform Green Light.
Because we're used to you right next to the DJ box, spinning.
Yes.
But this time it's going to be a different. Are you nervous in any way?
Well,
Because-
I don't think I'm going to get out of the box. I think the booth is somewhere I'm comfortable with.
Okay.
You know, but you'll probably hear a lot more from me. You know, I'll have to be more vocal. And nonetheless, I mean, for a long time, I've always sang along to songs. I feel like a lot of people know me as a DJ that looks like they're having the time of their life when recording. So, you know, more than anything, it's just going to take my performances to the next level, I hope.
Okay. Now, looking at you as a woman, 25,
Yes.
is that also some form of pressure where the society, the culture expects so much from you away from the business itself?
That's a really good question. I definitely agree. And, you know, I lived abroad for so long, and, you know, through my experiences, a lot of people were always curious as to how, as a Nigerian woman, I was able to be so confident. I was able to be so dominant in my field. And, you know, the perception of Nigerians outside, as far as equality, is not ideal.
True.
You know, and it's not ideal, that's the reality. You know, there's a lot of sexism in our society, gender inequality, and, you know, so I'm sort of this young DJ. I started DJing when I was 18, and I'm going around trying to make a bit of noise, and they're thinking, wow, but where you're from, what you do is not supported.
Exactly.
So, you know, for me, there's always been a lot of hard work and struggle. I have to say my mother is someone that has inspired me. She's been so key to what I've done because she has entrepreneurial skills. She's someone that has always, always, always pushed me. You know, my dad's an entrepreneur as well, but my mother being a woman has been a great example. As far as I'm concerned, my dad doesn't really view me as a woman. You know, I consider myself one of his boys. So I don't, you know, I'm always jealous of all my friends. They get preferable treatment as, you know, little girls. You know, my dad has always been hard on me. And I sit here and I would not have it any other way because it's really pushed me. I've been raised to be completely hardworking. I've been raised to not take things for granted and, you know, also to make sure that anything I do it well. It's so important. And to seize opportunities. So it's exciting, you know, and my parents have been a huge part of all that, and I can only hope that I'm able to one day have children and distill the same things, yes.
Okay. Now, talking about music itself, you understand. Now, do you think there's still a lot of people out there you still want to work with in terms of producers and performing artists?
You know, that's a great question. I feel like, Anthony, there's so much talent out there. You know, even with Greenlight, working with Tekno, when I told a lot of people I was working with Tekno, they were very surprised. First of all, they were like, how did you even get him to call you back? You know, Tekno is one of those crazy creatives, and for me, it was so important to work with someone I considered the best. I actually, genuinely, you know, regardless of how well everyone's doing, I've always felt like he is one of my favorite creatives. I keep using this word creative. A lot of people say why. You know, Tekno is so much more than an artist. He's a songwriter, he's a producer, he's a performer. You know, he was responsible for Davido's biggest hit so far this year, If. He's written a lot of songs, worked with a lot of artists behind the scenes. You know, this is a statement, I have never met anyone as talented as Tekno in the Nigerian music industry.
I hope you're listening.
No, he's so talented. And Greenlight was the most organic experience. I've had a lot of artists approach me, and they'll say, Cuppy, let's do stuff together. And then I go to my email, and they've sent me a song, and they just like, oh, Cuppy, just say a few words. Oh, it's DJ Cuppy in the beginning, and that's it. And, you know, when Tekno said, let's work together, I was like, oh, yeah, no problem. Send me what you're thinking. He was like, no, you're coming to the studio. I went all the way to America, in New York. So we were in London, New York, and Lagos over 3 months. And this song is 3 minutes. We recorded it in 3 countries over 3 months. You know, he took everything seriously. It was just both of us in the studio the whole time. We had to write the song together. Every single note that was played, he did himself. I mean, that's just genius. And the whole process for me, I don't know, I almost feel like I'm looking forward to working with more people, but I almost feel like I've entered the recording process in a certain way.
Exactly.
It's going to be hard. I've set a very, very high standard for myself. And despite, you know, Tekno's positioning, whether that's opinions people have of him or, you know, or, you know, any controversial remarks, I don't think anyone can argue with the kind of music he makes. He has been consistent from day one, and there's a lot of songs he's written that people will never know he wrote. You know, I feel like it's about time people start, you know, giving him credit as a true creative.
Okay. Well, how are you now looking at, you know, in terms of promotion? Because I know you clearly must state the fact that this is my song.
Yes.
And not have people mix it up and have go in the wrong
Well,
direction.
funny enough, yeah, that's a good question. The positioning of the song is a lot of people, you know, I see online when people are downloading it, they're saying it's DJ Cuppy featuring Tekno.
Yes.
The official notation for the song is actually Cuppy and Tekno.
Okay.
I'm introducing my Cuppy brand, you know, rather than DJ Cuppy. You know, I'm showing that there's a deeper facade to just DJing. And, you know, there's, you know, a lot of DJs do song featuring artists, but I feel like with my vocal input and obviously the video, everything is completely balanced. You know, it was a collaboration rather than a feature.
All right.
You know, so this thing, we really entered into it joint. It was a joint venture almost. But of course, the reason I'm probably more is it's my first song, you know. And he told me, Tekno was like, oh, I remember when I had his first song was with Davido called Holiday, and he was like, oh my God, I remember I'll wake up in the morning, go for interviews all day. And, you know, Davido would be like, oh, don't worry. And he was laughing at me because he was like, oh, this is how you know, it started, yeah. So I just think it's great. I think it's an amazing experience. You know, when I see the song on TV and I hear it on radio, like, it gets me so excited.
Okay, now talk to us about the Cuppy brand. The Cuppy brand has gone from a DJ to a performing and recording artist and entrepreneur. Talk to us about that.
I mean, the Cuppy brand has always been multi-dimensional from day one. You know, I've always felt like it's not just DJing that, you know, I was called upon to do. I feel like my brand has a lot of stems to it. DJing has been that anchor. But now, you know, the older I'm getting, I'm seeing the impact I can make. You know, I'm seeing that, okay, I'm passionate about philanthropy, entrepreneurship. I'm passionate about women's rights. Yeah. I'm passionate about, you know, being a stakeholder in taking music beyond just music, using it to impact lives, using it to, you know, to help society. You know, I'm passionate about foreign service. You know, so there's a lot of things I want to do. I'd love to represent Nigeria on a broader scale. I did some work with the tourism ministry. Yes. I was a tourism ambassador for a while. I'm now doing work with the Commonwealth in the UK, which is fantastic, which Nigeria is a part of. You know, I want to